Hi guys, in this video I want to show you how I darken the root of my 613 bundle. So that is a 12-inch body wave. I'm going to be using 3 of those and a 12-inch closure. Before I get started, I like to prep the tracks in this manner. I fold it into like 4 lines and then I use these butterfly clips to hold all of it down so that it stays in place and it is easier to work with. So that's what I do to the entire track to keep it organized. That is how the hair comes, and I had opened the other one so I could show you how I prep it. Now I'm going to be using this color. It's called Intense Ash. It is from Ion. I got it from Sally Beauty. I'm going to be using just one tube. It says right there the proportion in which we're supposed to mix it. So the proportion is 1:1, meaning 2 ounces of the color combined with 2 ounces of developer. So I'm going to squeeze all of that out of the tube, and then I'm going to add the 2 ounces of developer. That is 20 volume developer. So pour it in there and give it a nice mix. I'm going to start with the closure, and to get this done I recommend you use a small brush. The smaller the brush, the better you are able to keep control of your product. While applying the color to the closure, you have to be very careful. We have to avoid the lace as much as possible. So apply the color only to the hair. Do not touch the lace with it. If you do, it's going to stain and it's really going to look ugly. So take your time, apply in sections, and when you're done with one section, use a rat tail comb to cut through it just like that. Open up the next section and continue your application. If you're doing approximately 1 inch at the root, make sure you keep it consistent. Make sure you're doing the 1 inch application throughout the whole closure, and do the same with the bundles. Keep it at 1 inch. When you're done with your application, wrap it up in plastic wrap and let it process for about 30 minutes. The bundles are much more easy to do. You just repeat what you did with the closure, only this time there's no lace to avoid. So apply it to the root of the tracks and make sure it's the same. If you did 1 inch on the closure, then you have to do that same 1 inch on the bundles. So just watch. Now so you must cure my craze. I don't shit for you. I'm done with the application, so I'm going to wrap it up and put it in plastic and let it process just like the closure. It's been about 35 minutes and the closure is ready to be washed. Take that out, and I'm just letting you have a closer look. It's processed really nicely. I can see the ash color showing. I go ahead and wash everything off using a moisturizing shampoo. Now when it comes to shampoo, I'm not picky at all. I pretty much just buy any brand that's moisturizing. Usually I just get the one that's on sale. Now it's time to wash the bundles. When you do this, make sure you hold the tips of the hair in your other hand because you don't want the color to run through it. It will stain. So make sure you keep it away from the color. When the color is all washed out and the water runs clear, then you can rinse the whole thing under the faucet and you're safe with the color. It can't stain anymore.
a toi qui compte. Now which can juju where you use for my
We're all done. The bundles are dry, and as you can see, the color just looks perfect. It is ash. I prefer ash to black because black is just too much. And guess what? I only did 2 of the bundles. For that last bundle, I did not get it done because I'm going to put it in the back of the wig, so nobody's going to see it. It's just a little shortcut that I took. Yeah. And here's the closure. I did have some bleeding. As you can see, there's some ash on the lace. However, I managed to avoid putting the color on the tips. So this is a 5x5 closure. It is a bigger closure than the regular 4x4. I love how the color ended up. So let's just have a look. Yeah, so it's gonna look just like my scalp. And with the 613 color, you do not have to bleach the knots. That step is not necessary because it is already as light as it could be. I'm gonna move on to making the wig, and this is very brief because this is not a wig making video. I can do that one at a different time. I'll start by applying the 5x5 closure to the wig cap, and this is my special wig cap that I made. I'll go ahead and construct the wig, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm just going to show you how I apply the tracks. I start from the back and I apply it, working my way up until the entire cap is occupied by the tracks. The wig is all done, and I'm going to proceed and create some baby hairs. Not a whole lot. I don't like a lot of baby hairs, so I'm just going to do a few, keep it very minimal. Now it's time to curl. I'm going to use a 1-inch curling iron, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I do to make the waves kind of loose. I don't like tight waves, so I'm going to curl just the middle portion of the hair, and the tip right there I'm going to leave out about 1 inch or more. I'm not going to curl that at the very tip. I'm going to leave it just the way it is, and the effect it gives is that the curls are a little bit more loose. I do not like tight curls at all. I don't. I like my curls really, really loose. So I'm going to show you another one. As you notice, I'm not going to curl it all the way from the root. I'm going to start somewhere around maybe the middle or a third way down. And I'm going to wrap the hair shaft around the curling iron, and I'm going to leave that portion at the very tip about 1 inch or 1.5 inches sticking out. I'm not going to curl that part, and then I'm going to let it go. So that's the effect I'm looking for. You see that? It looks like beachy waves. Not tight at all, very loose. Yep, that's the gorgeousness I need.
Which can you do what you use for my head? Now so you must cure my praise. I don't shit for you. Control me like your toy. Ooh boy, make you control me like your toy. Control me like your toy. Ooh boy, make you control me like your toy. Now which can you do what you use for my head? Now slow, you must get my press. I shit for you. I say which can you do what you use for my head?